Look, there's nothing worse than feeling like you've overpaid for something, and the stakes always feel higher when it comes to travel. If you don't book flights regularly, then it can be hard to even know if you're getting a good deal or not. And if you're anything like me, then you want to plan your next trip and get the absolute cheapest price. But you also want to know how to spot a good deal and the easiest ways to find them. Now, over the past 5 years, I've traveled to over 100 amazing cities across 30 states and 17 countries. And today I'm going to share my 3 proven strategies that will save you thousands on travel each year, including how I book flights for free. Let's jump in. Hey travelers, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Guy, and on this channel, we give you the tools and techniques you need to plan your dream vacation on any budget. Subscribe now so you don't miss any of our upcoming budget travel videos. Okay, so today we're covering my top 3 strategies to get the absolute best price on travel. Now, knowing how to find a deal is great, but you also need to know what a good deal even looks like. I've had friends tell me they've got a great deal on a trip from the same airports to the same spots around the same time and pay hundreds more than me. That's not a good feeling, and we're going to make sure that doesn't happen to you after watching this video. I'm even going to tell you how I book flights for free, including international travel across the Atlantic Ocean. But before we hop into the first strategy, leave a comment below with where you're planning your next dream vacation. And make sure you stick around to the end where I tell you my best way to master these strategies. So the first strategy is learning how to research the best deals yourself. Finding a great deal on anything can be rewarding, but it's even more gratifying when you know that every dollar you save on flights will be more money in your pocket for the fun things. Over the past few years, nearly all of my travel budget has gone towards restaurants and excursions. So whether it's flying in a helicopter in Maui or hang gliding in Brazil, I'd rather spend my money on experiences than getting there. That's why putting in the time to do your own research is worth it. The tools cost you nothing, and you have as much control as possible over your bookings. You're only limited by your imagination and flexibility. So what are the tools that I recommend using to find the cheapest flights possible? Well, for beginners, my clear favorite is Google Flights. I'm not going to cover how to use Google Flights in this video because I made a full tutorial for that, and I'll link it up here. But this is a powerful tool, and it's the place where I start planning every one of my trips. Now, just because I recommend it for beginners doesn't mean that you shouldn't use it regardless of experience. Like I said, I use Google Flights in one way or another for every trip I plan. I think it's a great single source to start your research. However, as you progress, you might want to expand into some more options. There are 2 other tools that I recommend looking at, and those are Skyscanner and Chiplag. Skyscanner is another excellent tool, and I find it to have really similar functionality to Google Flights. You can certainly look at both sites and try to find slightly lower fares on one versus the other. However, since neither of these tools has any control over the price, I find they both have access to about the same data, and most of the time I'm seeing nearly identical prices. I don't think it's a great use of time to look at both. Just learn how to use the filters and functionality and get really good with one of the tools, pick your favorite, and then you should be good to go. The second tool is Skiplagged, and this tool is definitely more advanced and has some risk that you have to account for. So let's start with a quick example. Let's say you like to fly from Atlanta to LA, and when you search on Google Flights or Skyscanner, the best price you find is about $150. That would be a great price regardless, but you want to see if you can do better, so you pull it up on Skiplagged. Here we find a direct flight on Spirit Airlines for $46. Now, you've heard me talk about this before on this channel, but booking with budget airlines can often end up costing more in hidden fees. I won't get into it here, but I'm going to look for the cheapest ticket on airline that I think is going to be most affordable overall. So when we scroll down, we're going to find American Airlines, and it's annotated with the Skiplagged rate. How Skiplag saves you money is finding routes on connecting flights that are cheaper than if you booked the direct flight. This just means when you get to your desired airport, you skip your connecting flight altogether. This is definitely a hack in how airlines price their routes. While this can be a powerful tool to find insanely low prices, there are 2 major disclaimers that I want to call out. First, you don't want to try this with round trips with the same airline. If you no-show your connection, the airline will cancel the rest of your flight. Obviously, you're not going to get any benefit from this with half of your trip canceled. The same is true for 2 one-ways with the same airline here, as they can see the multiple bookings and catch on what you're doing if there's any overlaps in dates. The second major disclaimer here is checking bags. If you check a bag, then it's going to go to your final destination. You won't be able to pick up your bag at your connecting airport. Now, while the lower price is appealing, it's not always worth the extra effort. You tend to get certain protections when booking round trips than just one ways, and I like having my entire books with one airline. If you've ever had to manage delays or canceled flights, then you realize that airlines don't play nice with each other and they don't get involved when you have an issue with another airline. As far as I know, there isn't much an airline will do if they catch you doing this. The most likely scenario is that the airline punish you by taking away your reward points that you might have earned. Just make sure you do your own research and learn the risk for yourself before considering this. For me, considering how much I value my points and miles, this is a non-starter for me, and the juice usually isn't worth the squeeze. However, if you're going to try this, it's best not to link your rewards account number just in case. I know doing your own research can be intimidating for some, and for others, you might just not have the time to do it. There's a lot to research. I get it. Luckily, we have tools and services to help us. So my second strategy is to use OPR or other people's research. Let's break this down into two categories. The first one is price alerts. We talked about how awesome Google Flights and Skyscanner are for their own research. However, it doesn't have to end there. We can use either of these tools to set price alerts. This tells the tool to keep looking out for better prices and then will email you once the price is dropped. Using price alerts can be powerful when you have a dream destination and have an ideal price target. Airlines change prices multiple times each day, so overall, it's unlucky that you log on to the magical right time. Setting an alert helps you find the best prices as they come up and book with confidence. The second way to use OPR is by signing up to travel newsletters. Several newsletters will send you deals that they've researched and you might be interested in. One newsletter that I love is the Thrifty Traveler, which has a free and paid newsletter offering. They find amazing deals from your home airport, and even if I don't book them all the time, they're always going to help me stay inspired and know what the going rates are. So this isn't sponsored, but I'll link their newsletter in the description below, and if you use my link, you'll get $10 off, which is about 20% of the year lease price. Of course, make sure you sign up for the Travel with Guys newsletter as well, where I share the best deals that I'm seeing in budget travel tips that I don't share anywhere else. The link is in the description below. My third and final strategy for booking the absolute cheapest flights is by redeeming points and miles for free flights. Yes, that's right, free flights. So how does it work? Well, you know when you go down the street to your favorite Froyo spot and you're getting your rewards card punched with each Froyo you buy? And then finally that day comes where your ticket's punched for the 9th time and today is the day you're going to get that 10th one free? That's how flights are free here too. You're being rewarded for flying that airline so many times that they're giving you that 10th scoop of Froyo for free. Now, I've traveled from New York to Munich for $5.60. I've also flown from New York to Lisbon, Portugal for $5.60. And I've flown round trip from New York to Iceland for $49.35. I've gotten to see some amazing countries and have only had to pay the sales tax. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what if I don't fly with an airline enough to earn my 10th scoop for free? Well, that's where using travel credit cards helps you earn those points and miles without flying or changing anything in your day-to-day lifestyle. Now, I'm not going to cover points and miles in detail in this video, but I'll link my beginner's guide in the description below so you can book your dream vacation on any budget in no time. I'll also link my favorite travel credit cards for 2021 and my favorite starter travel cards. Overall, these three strategies have helped me save thousands of dollars in travel in a relatively short amount of time. There's no way I could afford to travel as often as I do without spending years developing these strategies and getting the absolute most from each of them. By combining all three, I always know what a good deal is and how to book each trip with confidence. Now, if you made it this far in the video, then I appreciate it. And as a thank you, the first 10 people who comment below with their dream vacation location will get invited to a private session where I coach you on these three strategies in great detail and give you personalized tips on booking your next trip. And if you're watching this in the future and feel a little bit left out, don't worry. Make sure you sign up for my travel newsletter where I offer free coaching from time to time, as well as send you updates on the best deals in travel news. And if you want to see more of my adventures, make sure you follow me on Instagram to see where I'm traveling, get some more BTS looks at my videos, and tell me what content you want to see next. And if you're looking to get a hold of me, the easiest way to do it is to DM me on Instagram as well at Travel with Guy. And if you're looking to learn more about budget travel or points and miles, check out this custom playlist that I made just for you. All right, travelers, until next time, peace.